Guys,
Hi.
how
Oh,
are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. At first, it kind of went in and out, but I think you're okay now.
Okay, perfect.
Sweet. So, Trace, welcome to the show. We're primarily talking about 90s nostalgia on this podcast, but I want to hear all about what you've been up to and your legacy. Tell me about your upbringing and why you moved so many exciting countries so early in life.
Well, I grew up in London, Canary Wharf, born in 2004. Um, I come from a music background. As you know, my grandfather's Otis WIlliams. And, um, he kind of guided me in a way when I was young because I didn't really know I wanted to do this from age of 5 or 4. But when he brought me on stage when I was 6, that's when I was like, oh man, like I want to learn more about this because I didn't really know what it was. So I was like, well, why are these people screaming for him? And what is it like? So that's when I started to get into it. And I started music at like, I'd say 10.
Yeah. Now, do you remember setting foot on stage when you were six years old to sing with your grandfather? I
Yeah,
read
for
that in,
sure.
I read that in the bio.
For
So,
sure. Yeah, I was in a Dolce Gabbana outfit. Um, and I remember he brought me on stage. We went through all the buildings, and he said, "This is my grandson Trace," and the audience was like, "Oh, he's so cute. He's so little and things like that." So he was like, "How about you break dance right quick, Trace?" So I like did a little break dance on stage, and the audience was screaming, and I was nervous at first, but I was very excited. I was very excited.
no kidding. Now, your uncle Benjamin has worked with some of the biggest hit makers in history as well, like Michael Jackson, Justin Timberlake, Destiny's Child. How has he
Yeah.
helped prepare you for stardom? And are you fully aware of the legacy of the artists your family members have worked with?
I've become more aware of it over the years. I feel like that I was aware, but for a while, even when I started music, I wasn't like too aware, but then I started really understanding how powerful it was.
Hmm.
And even with my uncle Ben, he's taught me some things of what I need to do in terms of how to be a great artist. Um, I recorded at a studio my first song in 2016 with Teddy Riley.
Oh, wow.
So that was a nice thing. That was Days on Spotify. You can
Hmm.
check it out. Days with Love Mansui on
Sweet.
Spotify.
We'll share it on the show too.
Yes, for
Nice.
sure. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not many people can say they worked with Teddy Riley on their first single. So
Yeah.
how was the getting to know him in the beginning, and how did that all come about?
Well, that all came about because he was tight with my Uncle Benjamin. So I remember when I went to the studio, I didn't really know who he was. So I was like, I've heard of him before, but I don't really know who he is. And my mom was like, what? This is Teddy Riley. Like, you gotta know who he is. Like, and I was like, oh man. So I got to the studio, I was nervous. He was like, all right, lay a track down. So I did a verse and did one more. And at first I was a little nervous, but then I hit that switch, and that's when I was, he said it was really nice working with you. Um, he was telling me it was really nice working with you, things like that. And I had some other friends there who were helping me write the song and who were recording with me. So,
Oh, what a great experience. Do you think it's more
and it was crazy because at that age I wrote the song. So that was another thing. I wrote Days at like the age of 12. So I've always been a writer,
yeah,
probably throughout my whole music career.
absolutely. And I think it's wonderful that you start writing so young, even without having all the life experience ahead of you yet. It gets you going,
Mhm.
and everyone has something to write about. Um, I totally know where you're coming from. I used to write really young too, and then I had my own band and stuff. So it was really awesome to see you doing that as well. Now, do you uh,
Yeah.
do you think it's more of a blessing or a curse to be under the umbrella of such a legacy as the Temptations? What are the pros and cons?
So it's definitely a blessing because it opens more doors for me, more opportunities. And they're able to guide me in the right direction. My grandpa tells me, like, when you're in the industry, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to watch out for. And he said, I'm going to be there to guide you that whole way, just so you know what's good and what's not good. So I appreciate that help that my grandpa has given me, he's told me, and the advice he's given me. So I think that's definitely a blessing, for sure. For sure.
For sure. And the thing is, it's nice to have people who've already been through this, so that when you encounter different issues, they'll be able to be on your side and help you through them.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
What has your grandfather been able to impart onto you musically?
Impart onto me musically. So he's helped me with, having a certain sound, industry business, how to conduct business. Yeah, how to conduct business in the industry. What to do to be success. Basically, what to do to be successful in terms of image, music, watching out for certain people, things like that.
That's good. Now, do the Temptations, do their music inspire you since you grew up on it? And which song of theirs is your favorite?
It's definitely inspired me, for sure. I love My Girl, of course. That's classic. I really like Papa Was a Rolling Stone. That's another classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another classic. And I think also, I was listening to that beat, and I think that would be great to remake. That'd be something to remake in today's age, because the beat was kind of ahead of its time back then. So I feel that if we had it today and we just put a little mix on it, it would be the best, And everywhere I go, I hear songs too. So that's another thing that's inspiring for me.
Have you considered doing the cover?
Yes, for sure. Yes, I've definitely considered doing the cover.
Now,
I definitely want to do the cover.
Oh, I look forward to it. Describe your style of music and what listeners can look forward to with your album that's uniquely you.
So my style of music is, like I said, I grew up in London, so it's crossover. I want to have a broader audience. I want it to appeal to everybody, basically. Like I had said, a European flair with it. I do rap, pop, R&B, and I like to do some chill. Let's see, what else? Yeah, I think that's basically my style of music, and I have many producers I want to work with, like Pharrell is one, Anderson .Paak, Kate Trinata. Those are like my dream producers. So.
Hey, you'll get there. You'll get there. Just keep working hard. The title Canary Wharf is named after your hometown, I'm guessing.
Yes, named after my hometown in London.
Do you still get to go back there, or?
Yes, I actually just, I went in December. It was December or January I went, and it just felt crazy to be back because it was nostalgic. I was like, oh man, like just to be back. I haven't been here in years, like a decade before I went. And then I have a flat in London, so it's an apartment. So I stayed there. I stayed there for like a couple months out of the year, maybe 1 month. So that was great too. That was great. Just to see it, just to be back home,
Yeah, you don't really have a British accent at all either. How did you pull that
off? I had one when I was like 4, but I lost it. I came back here, and I was like, dang, I lost it. But when I see girls, I tell them like, I'm British, right? Like, I just tell them like, I'm British. But yeah, I totally lost the accent. I was like, dang, that could have parlayed into something. But I could try to learn it, maybe parlay it into some songs,
Turn it on, turn it off, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
This collection of songs you've recently put out, what are these songs about to you?
They're kind of an introduction of Trace, just showing you who he is. Those songs I've recorded within the past year, all of the songs, and I have some new ones. I have a new one on Spotify, Apple Music, all platforms named Imposters, and I have 2 new ones coming out pretty soon. So I think the Canary Wharf just introduced who I am, And the songs that I have out right now and that are coming out, I feel like just carry on that legacy, and express it expresses how I feel, in my music and my upbringing.
Beautiful. What was one of your most memorable performances so far?
Hmm, that's a good one. Definitely the one at Catch One. You've heard of Catch One, right?
No, what's sketch one?
Down.
I'm sorry, cut out.
So,
Sorry,
you said what again?
it cut out for a second right when you were explaining catch one. I apologize.
Oh no, that's fine. That's fine. So I would say my show at Catch One, which was in March. That was right before everything shut down with quarantine,
Yeah.
and I opened up for this artist named Caskey. So I opened up for Caskey, and I think that was my most memorable performance because that was my most hype. I was able to get the most energy. The crowd was vibing with me too.
Yeah.
Um, so just having the crowd yelling and stuff and being like you did so good, I think that gave me more excitement to actually perform better.
You feed off that good energy when you have
Yeah,
a full crowd in front of you that are enjoying it. So,
exactly. And also, that's also I parlay that into acting because I'm an actor, and I started a short film about 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
mm,
that won an award at Revolt Film Festival.
mm,
So I won a reward at the Revolt Film Festival. I played a deaf mute kid. So I parlay acting into music because I just parlay it to like what I feel, and sometimes what I feel I express that in acting as well. So,
are you gonna be a triple threat?
yep, triple threat.
You're doing the dancing too?
Oh, I'm decent at dancing. Yeah, I'm pretty good at dancing. I'm not a pro, but I am decent. I am decent.
So, who did you get to meet in the music business so far that you were most excited to meet?
Hmm, that's a good one too. Wow, so many good questions. Billie Eilish. I was very excited to meet Billie Eilish. Um, I met some other people. I met an artist named Tierra Whack. Um, who else did I meet? I met Tyler Creator,
Mm-hmm.
Jaden Smith,
Nice.
which those are all inspiration to me. So I was very excited to meet them. Very
Oh, very
excited.
cool. Very cool. Um, Now, when you're in the recording studio, is the process really exciting for you, or does it kind of get tedious when you have to do take after take?
No, it's actually really exciting to me because usually I have a plan when I go into the studio.
Mm.
Um, and that plan is like I'll have when I'm in the booth, I'll have the song just figured out, like the beat, the melody, and I'll have the lyrics written. So I'm in my zone when I get in the booth, and I feel like that's when I start actually spitting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it depends with the person too, because I feel like a lot of people I'm able to vibe with. The engineers, the producers, I'm able to vibe with everybody. So when I get in that studio, the light comes on, and I just do um, my best to make the song what it is. And even when the producer is mixing it, I even tell the producer like what things to put in there, what sometimes deepen my voice, just throw little things in there that the public will be like, oh wow, this is different. Just like to arrange,
That's
arrange
great.
my songs.
It's good that you're hands on because I know there's so much more for you as an artist to be able to grow and do production yourself and everything too. It's good that you're hands on.
Yup,
Now,
for sure.
how much is the '90s, that decade? Because I mean, it happened before you were born, but how much did the music from then influence you as a person? And who are some of your favorite musicians from that era?
Um, my mom, who loves Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
So Michael Jackson was an inspiration from me. Prince
Mm-hmm.
is another inspiration. Let's see who else. I just like old school in general,
Yeah,
um, hip hop, R&B, Maxwell. Maxwell's cool.
very nice. What's the cheesiest thing from that era? What do you look at and go, oh man, that's really lame?
Hmm, that's a hard one. I don't really know any thing that's cheesy, I would say. Hmm.
Well,
Yeah, that's a hard one.
you're a very positive person, I can tell. So, do you feel you
Yeah,
have
thank you.
do you feel like you have a crew around you right now that will keep you grounded and safe from the pitfalls of young stardom? I know we kind of touched on that earlier, but
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yes, I definitely feel like I have a crew that can just guide me in the right direction, and they can tell me what to expect, what not to expect. I feel like they can protect me from things that are, negative or anything that's like vultures, basically.
right. You gotta look out for that. People can sometimes try to you know, hang on because they want a piece. So it's good that you're aware of all that too. Now, did you have to take any media lessons
Yeah.
or any other kind of lessons to get involved? Music lessons, even?
No, not really. I didn't really have to take any music lessons
Hmm.
to get involved with things. My family kind of told me what to do and they groomed me. Um, so I didn't really have to take any lessons, no. It just kind of came natural. It was like one day I was like, oh man, like I really want to do music, and it just kind of came natural to me of just basically how to make how to improve my sound, and how to perfect it.
Wonderful. Now, you talked to me about your acting experiences so far. Where can people see the movies you've been in so far, or movies or shows? Where can they find you?
So you can find it definitely on the internet. Revolt Film Festival, somewhere around there. Curiosities of the Quiet Boy 2017. You can find it on IMDb, things like that. And yeah, you can find it on IMDb.
Nice.
Yep.
Now, have you ever considered starting your own podcast? Because there's a lot of podcasts nowadays.
Yes, I definitely can. I actually was just talking about this the other day, starting my own podcast. I feel like that would definitely be dope because I could bring other talent and people who I correlate with, relate to, who I can vibe with. Um, I feel like we can have that chemistry if they come on the show when I have a podcast.
It's just nice to have a good conversation with other musicians or people who influence you. So, yeah, I think that'd be, you've got so much going on. You're a busy guy, and I think it's wonderful all the things you're doing in music today. So, what goals lie ahead for you?
What goals lie ahead? Actually, there's many goals. Um, just improving my sound, making good music, working with some of my dream producers, um, acting, being on the big screen.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, just working with some of my dream producers and uh, working with production, having good production, things like that.
Well, it looks like you have it all set out and laid out, and I think it's fantastic. And I'm really happy you came to visit us on the show today. So, Trace, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a blessing. Thank you.
I'll make sure I'll tag you in the social media when we put the episode out. It might be a little ways away still, but I'll make sure you know about it. And also, I want to ask your permission if it's okay to use any of the video footage because it is an audio podcast. But we use the video footage sometimes if the artist allows us, just to do bonus video for and doing promo videos and stuff. Is that cool with
Oh,
you?
yes, of course. Of
Okay.
course.
All right. All right. Well, you take care. Okay.
Okay, you too. Thank you so much.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.